The problem I saw was, I was even asking myself. I asked my father when I was 12. I asked my father, I said, what did we do? Why are we here? Why are we in a refugee camp, feeding by way of getting ration?
I'm a king. Yes.
When I was very young, that was a long, long time ago. So many decades. I don't think I had, at the beginning, the eyes to see what the problem was. I was seeing the problem, but I didn't understand it. I saw problems, I experienced problems, but it took some time before I realized that these are things that shouldn't be happening to people, including myself. And as I was growing up, I also discovered that maybe something can be done about it, that it is not other people to do it other than ourselves. A bit of history. When I was very young, it started when I was about 4. You can imagine at 4 I wasn't thinking really much about anything. I was just seeing things happen. But that's when my family went into exile, left this country. The family was fine by the standard of that time. They really didn't have any problems. But we became refugees in the neighboring country. From that time I was 4. So I grew up as a refugee. Like many Rwandans, I'm sure some of them are here, but more their parents than themselves, because most of the people here are very young. Probably they were born when we came back here, or in those early years just before we came back to the country. As we grew up, therefore, as refugees and the suffering that comes with it and so on and so forth. But I think also the lessons that come with it. We grew up experiencing things that taught us many lessons, other than going to school and here and there. We learned other things that you don't learn in school, but you learn in life, just in life. The problem I saw was, I was even asking myself. I asked my father when I was 12, whom I lost when I was 15. But at 12, I asked my father, I said, what did we do? Why are we here? Why are we in a refugee camp, feeding by way of getting ration every week? He went into a long story which explained the problem, but I won't repeat that. But I think it was clear that it was politics, it was the leaders. In our case, it was a convergence of colonial times and the times of independence. And, everything was just what it should not have been. So something was wrong. But it is disheartening to when you see that what I'm talking about then, so many years ago, in the 60s, some of them are happening even now. You still have people, especially young people, suffer the most, I imagine, and their mothers, and you still have people suffering, and suffering because of politics, because of bad governance. today? Why should, as I experienced it when I was 4 years, why should it be happening now anywhere? It doesn't have to be in this country. Why should it happen anywhere, say on our continent? That we still have refugees, we still have tribal conflicts, we still have all kinds of things, people fighting each other than building themselves and building their countries. For me, it's a lesson learned, a lesson that also shaped some of us until this day. And for the young people here in the room, you don't have to go through that in order to be shaped the right way as many young people at that time came out to be. So you can learn even lessons of others, things that happened in time, in history, to other people. And also put yourself in that position where you may think, oh, well, it's supposed to happen to me, or it can even happen to me. What should I do to prevent that? Or what would I do if I face that? Africa has everything to be where we want to be who we want to be. So we can only blame ourselves for not achieving that. And therefore, to avoid the blame or blaming ourselves, the politics has got to be right. And it has to provide the stability that therefore creates that environment where people can do what they are best at. We have seen it's no longer just the potential. People have been talking about the potential of our continent. No, we've just seen how that potential to an extent has materialized to actually prove that everything is possible. So why not do more of what we've been doing to prove the case and make sure that more and more people benefit from being the best they can be and also benefit from doing the very things that we always talk about. And here I have to say we should also get tired of just saying the right things for so long. We want to see the right things happen and resulting from I'm thankful that in the program we saw today, I was really happy when they didn't call me up to give a speech. Not that I'm saying others shouldn't give speeches, but I'm saying at a personal level, I have been on this stage saying so many things and even repeating myself. And then I see my brothers and sisters, colleagues, doing the same over and over and over and over. It's 5 years, it's 10 years, it's 20. But then we need to ask, even before anybody asks us, we need to ask ourselves, but what is what to show for what we've been saying? We really need to get tired of this. Thank you.
I'm a king, yes, I'm a king. I'm a king.